So I wanted to go over the 8th house, which is the house of death in the birth chart, and what it means to have each sign in that house. I get questions about this all the time, so I decided to make a video on it. Basically, the 8th house in your chart tells you how you're going to pass away, or the theme of how you're going to leave this earth. Each sign in the house means a different type of death. Now, I want you to take into consideration the entire chart. Just because you see a certain sign in the chart doesn't mean that that might be the exact way you're going to pass away. You have to take in consideration the entire chart. So just because you have a specific sign in the 8th house doesn't mean that is the exact way you're going to pass away. It can definitely give you an idea of what will happen, a clearer picture, but you do have to look at the entire chart to understand exactly how that will happen. So I just want you to understand and take that into consideration as I make this video. So I'm going to go through all of the signs in the 8th house and what they mean. We're going to start with Aries first. So if you have Aries, and I have my notebook, so if you see me looking down, just reading off of my notes. So Aries in the 8th house means a sudden death. Could be an injury to the head. It could be fire related, something like fast action type of death. It could also be severe blood loss. And it could be driving too fast. Taurus in the 8th house is a sign that it's a slow moving sign, so that could be that you have a long life. It could be the type of illness or disease that you have is one that's slow moving. It could be something like an injury to the neck or to the throat. Could be a disease like diabetes, something having to do with the thyroid. Taurus in the 8th house is something having to do with the neck, whether it's an injury or an illness, but it is a slow moving sign, so that could be one where you potentially have a long life. The next one is Gemini in the 8th house. Gemini could be a car accident. This could be something affecting your breathing or your lungs. It could be one where you take your own life as well. So it could be in relation to choking. It could be in relation to asthma, any type of illness having to do with the lung. Cancer in the 8th house means that you might pass away at home. And that could be anything in the home. It could mean that you are surrounded by family when you pass away as well. It could also be due to breast cancer, overeating, or an unhealthy diet. The next one would be Leo in the 8th house, and this is related to the heart. It could be heart issues, it could be a heart attack, it could be a dramatic exit. It could also mean that people will see you pass away. It could be taped, recorded somehow, but it does have to do with the heart, any type of heart issue. The next one would be Virgo in the 8th house, and this is the digestive system, the nervous system. It could be an allergic reaction to a medication or something that you ate. It could also be a contagious disease as well. Libra is next. Libra in the 8th house is a peaceful passing. Usually that means that you pass away with someone that you love or right after someone you love passes away. It could also deal with the kidneys or the lower back. The next one would be Scorpio in the 8th house. Now this would probably be a mysterious death. It could be you passing away at the hands of someone else. It could be in relation to an STD. It could be something potentially violent. Sagittarius in the 8th house has to do with travel. So this could be while you're in movement. It could be in a car accident. It could be stress related. It could be during vacation, some sort of travel while your body is moving, while you're in motion. It could be in a car, plane, any mode of transportation, you're moving. Next one is Capricorn. Having Capricorn in the 8th house basically means that you're going to pass at an old age. You're going to have a long life. I've noticed reading birth charts with this placement in the 8th house, the body is at rest. So that means that you could be sleeping, napping, sitting down, relaxing, anything while your body is at rest. That's when it will happen. The next one is Aquarius. So having Aquarius in the 8th house means a rare death. Something unpredictable happens to you or unexpected. It makes everyone say, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Something rare is what's going to happen with Aquarius there. Last one is Pisces. So Pisces would be water related. So this could be a peaceful one, one where you are also sleeping, and it could be anything having to do with water, any type of relation to water, whether that's fluid within the body or a fluid outside. I'm sorry, not a fluid, but water outside. So that could be any type of illness having to do with fluid within the body or water. You could drown, you could slip on a puddle and fall down the stairs, you know, anything having to do with water is what that means, how you'll pass away. It could also mean depression, an overdose, drugs, or alcohol as well, but it's going to be some type of fluid, some type of liquid that takes you out. And as I said in the beginning, you have to take into consideration the entire chart to get a really clear picture. So if you're not very experienced in this, I don't suggest looking at it and, driving yourself crazy to see how you or a family member or loved one, anything like that, would pass away. But just take into consideration everything into the chart. So it's not set in stone that this is exactly how you're going to pass away, but it's going to give you the idea of what exactly is going to happen. And what I like to do is I like to look at the health and how someone passes away using other planets and houses to make a clearer picture of how it's going to happen. Sometimes the health issues are related to what I see in the 8th house. Sometimes there's no relation at all. That's why it's so important to look at everything in the chart. And what I do to practice this is I look at people's charts who have passed away, and I don't know them, obviously. So I look to see what I can find in their chart and figure out how they passed away in real life. And most of the time, the way I do that is by looking at everything that I see in the chart. And a lot of times I'm pretty on point when it comes to that because I know what I'm looking at. It's really interesting. I do find it very interesting. I do like the health aspect, as you guys can tell of my recent videos that I do. It's primarily based on health in the birth chart. So much to learn about it. It's so interesting to me.